This week in bots for the week of 2026-06-14, your 401k is somebody else's exit strategy. Silicon Valley reboots feudalism. Jeff Bezos would like another $12 billion. China's imaginary robot forest brigade. The robots put the band back together. The future is here, and it is overfunded. Story number 1. Your retirement fund is another person's exit strategy. We've spent the last decade creating an entirely new asset class, the AI company that loses money, the robot company that loses money, the electric car company that loses money, the rocket company that loses money. Collectively, these are known as the future. The old business model was simple. Build a company, make money, reward investors. Today, the process is much more efficient. Lose money, lose more money, raise even more money. Then eventually introduce the company to your 401k. After every billionaire, venture capitalist, sovereign wealth fund, hedge fund, and institutional investor has had a turn, your retirement account finally gets invited to the party. The future is here, and one person's retirement fund is another person's exit strategy. Story number 2. Silicon Valley reboots feudalism. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, the Bay Area now contains one of the greatest concentrations of billionaire wealth in human history. The industry keeps describing this as disruption. Historically, disruption meant overthrowing the aristocracy. Today it means becoming the aristocracy. The most ironic part is that Silicon Valley spent decades promising to flatten hierarchies, and it succeeded. The hierarchy is now perfectly flat. There's just one level at the top and everybody else underneath it. Story number 3. Jeff Bezos needs $12 billion. Jeff Bezos just raised $12 billion for his new AI company, Prometheus, which is now valued at $41 billion. Source Axios. Now, Jeff Bezos is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, which raises an interesting question. Why does a man with that much money keep needing other people's money? At this point, billionaires seem to treat other people's money like SNAP benefits. Jeff Bezos walks into a bar. The bartender says, "What do you have?" Jeff Bezos says, $12 billion. The bartender says, "Don't you already have hundreds of billions of dollars?" Bezos smiles and nods his head. The bartender says, "Well, okay then. Here you go." Meanwhile, if you ask the bank for a $20,000 small business loan, they'll want your tax returns, employment history, credit score, blood type, and a note from your mother. The future is here, and investors are lining up like they found a malfunctioning slot machine. Story number 4. China's solar-powered robot forest army spoof. This week, the internet became convinced that China had deployed an army of solar-powered humanoid robots to march into the desert and plant forests, one sapling at a time. The image showed endless ranks of robots carrying solar panels on their backs while carefully planting trees across the sand. An artificial intelligence generated a fake story about robots planting trees, and thousands of humans immediately shared it because they wanted it to be true. The robots weren't planting forests. The robots were planting content. The scale was absurd, and yet the internet looked at this mechanical Burning Man in the desert and collectively responded, "Seems reasonable." The future is here, and the first crop successfully planted by artificial intelligence appears to be gullibility. Story number 5. Your playlist needs a capture. This week, the French music streaming service Deezer launched a tool that scans playlists of streaming platforms to identify AI-generated songs. The company essentially built a metal detector for synthetic musicians. Deezer reports nearly 75,000 synthetic tracks are uploaded to their service every day. According to Deezer research, 97% of listeners cannot reliably distinguish AI-generated music from human-created music. Now we have an ecosystem where robots write the music, perform the concert, take the tickets, fill the seats, serve the drinks, and work security. This is technological narcissism in its purest form.